Good morning, guys. Well, I say good morning, but, oh, well. Let's see here. There we go. Smiley face will start us off, because... Wait, hold on. I wanna... Before I start anything, I wanna also be able to hear the background music today. Yeah. Is that working? I don't... Okay, either way. You guys can hear it, so that's fine. Oh boy. Where to begin? Oh, well, it's nice to be back, that's for one. I certainly missed you guys. Although, I am not feeling the most energetic today, but I'll try to make up for that, because... Oh, it wasn't even jet lag. No, it wasn't even jet lag. I already slipped that off. No, it was just... Can I be the first to say that I love/hate naps so much. So much. Oh, it's so nice. You get to... On the days where it's right, you know? Where you get to sit, perhaps, on... And just lay down, perhaps, on the floor. Yes, on the floor. Without a blanket in a nice temperature-controlled room. I don't know, I'm describing a temperature-controlled room. Just temperature of the room doesn't matter. As long as it's comfortable, I guess. But you get to take a nice nap, right? Oh, it's nice. You're tired. You've been traveling, you take a nice nap. It's not a long nap, perhaps. You just stay up for, just go to sleep for an hour, maybe 2. Doesn't really matter. It's in the middle of the day. Oh, but then night comes. Oh, then you decide to stream tomorrow. Oh, then it's dicey, you see, because you want to get up early in the morning to stream, because that's the optimal time for you. But, see, you fool, you utter buffoon, you made the mistake of taking a nap. What a foolish mistake that was, because now, you think you want to go to bed at a decent time? No. You won't be going to bed for a long time. Dare I say, until 5 a.m. in the morning. Yep. 5 a.m. Nope, no. 5:30. Oh, I just wanted to sleep so badly. Oh, it was the weirdest thing. I wasn't even tired. It was the middle of the night and I wasn't even tired. And I've taken naps before, right? And I figured, maybe the worst that can happen, I'll stay up to like 2 a.m. accidentally. Oh, no. No, because you see, it's a sad face. That's not blue. It's a sad face today. He didn't get enough sleep. No, he's gonna have bags under his eyes. This is a tired smiley face. I think the worst that'll happen, you'll be up to maybe 2 in the morning. At the worst, 3 in the morning, 2:30 maybe. But then no, your body decides, hey, let's binge watch a show from the 2000s until about 5 in the morning to try to sleep, because that's a good show to fall asleep to. No, you stay up till 5:30 in the morning, yeah. If I'm not making sense right now, or something seemed kind of off, that's because, if you couldn't tell, I'm rather tired. But that's neither here nor there. I'm back from vacation. And man, what a vacation it was. It was fun. I did a lot of stuff. Yeah. A lot of fun stuff, which I will now recount to you. I will now recount to you. That's correct, yeah. I will now recount to you all today. So I I was good about this. I took notes. Yes, because that's what vacation is all about, taking notes. No, but I took notes, and I will now use those notes to recount to you all a very interesting tale. Well, more like a loose collection of small events, and if I remember anything else along the way, I'll try to recount that as well. But yep, that's what today is going to be. A nice, simple retelling of events. Anyway, so first things first, we got on a plane. And as I mentioned before, oh, can you guys see that? As I mentioned before, I went on a trip with some friends and family. I don't know why I keep saying just family. Oh, you know, I don't have any friends. What are we talking about? I went on a trip with some family. And we went... Wait, hold on. What size was that? Okay. And we went on a plane. That was not the correct size. We went on a plane. I want to care about the wing shape, but I'm not going to. No, because I'm going to stay focused today, because I have quite a bit to get through. Although I don't want to take up too much time. But we went on a plane. And on that plane, it was a rather not too long of a flight, but it was a longer flight. And on that plane, I was seated next to my brother. And he, being the cheeky little bugger that he is, decided that... so the hostess comes by, right? And she asks us what we want to drink. Now I, being a sensible person, obviously, a model citizen, asked for some water. Because, strangely enough, drinking water at several thousand feet in the air tastes rather nice. And I was dehydrated. I wanted some water. My brother, on the other hand, looked through the catalog, and he decided that no, he would not have water today, good sir. No, no, no. He would instead have the strangest, most self-decadent thing on that menu, which was in fact hot chocolate. Yes, my brother ordered hot my brother ordered hot chocolate on an airplane. Now, mind you, the weather that day was not very cold, and yet still, just because he decided that he would order some hot chocolate. And all I could do was look at him and just like, oh, you. And the worst part was they brought it to him. The worst part was they brought it to him. They actually brought hot chocolate to this guy on a plane. First time I've ever seen someone do that. And it had, I remember this specifically, it had a curvy straw like that, or had something like that in it. And that, my friends, was hot chocolate. Meh. Wait, what color is this? That was hot chocolate. And I was going to get this later. Okay, but probably wouldn't be funny if I mention this later, but I'll mention it now, because heck to order, am I right? I'll mention this now because I remembered it now. This man, this brother of mine, ordered hot chocolate on the way back as well. On the way to and from our destination, my brother ordered hot chocolate on an airplane. You know, I'm over there sipping my water like a sensible human being. Although I did want some hot chocolate, but that was neither here nor there. Wasn't jealous, I just, you know, maybe wanted a sip or two, I don't know. Okay, but here's the real meat and potatoes. I'm looking at my notes right now. Here's the real meat and potatoes, because on our trip, obviously, that's... Actually, I'm gonna make this brush bigger. Like that, okay. On our trip, we saw some wildlife. Specifically, underwater wildlife, which is, you know, because it was indeed a scuba trip. And so I will now do my best to draw. I suppose I don't have to, but why not try? So we saw on the first dive. So funny story, not funny story. I'm telling you a story. Funny thing about the story. When we it was our first time scuba diving, you know, in anything other than a lake. So when you get down and you get off the boat, you just fall backwards off the boat. It's rather shocking, actually, just how far up you are in the water column. So, like, you just fall down. It looks like you're, I mean, essentially flying, right? But, like, they say, oh, well, it's like 30 feet deep. And it's like, okay, that's a number in your head, but it doesn't really compute until you actually see how far beyond that is. And when there's nothing between you and the bottom, it's just a straight 30-foot drop, and you can see all the way down. I mean, it looks... it's incredible, honestly. It just looks so high up. And I just look down like, oh my gosh. Because your instincts kick in, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm really high up. I should be falling right now, but you're not. Because you're floating. And this poorly constructed monster is a grouper we saw. Now we didn't see any like the truly massive groupers on this trip, but we did happen to see a couple groupers sitting inside some little caves. And by little caves, I just mean like there's some coral, and there'd be a little grouper sitting inside like a row in the coral. We also saw, so this was a especially cool part. So we went through, on our very first dive, which I was not expecting, we went through a underwater cave. More like a tunnel. So you come out the other side of this cave, right? Here, I'll draw a cave. It was something like this. Well, it's probably closer to the bottom. Here. Yeah. So on this cave... Oh. Yeah, on this cave. Inside this cave, right? On the other side, there was many fish. But on the other side, it was just nice sand. All for a good long ways. Maybe some coral here and there, which I'll never represent by squiggling on the screen. Some nice coral over there. But all of a sudden, I'm following my dive instructor, right? Me and my family group are following our dive instructor. I'm right behind him. And out of the blue, out of the blue, I mean, not much other colors, but out of the blue, trying to figure out which color I should make this. I'll make it gray. Dark gray. Well, it's kind of either way. We see a spotted eagle ray, which kind of look like this. Yeah. And I remember this specifically. It had really big eyes, a big old mouth. Yeah, I'll zoom in it for you. Enhance. Shoot. Going to enhance. And a really big and a weird looking face. Up. Up. Like this. It came down like this. It kind of had a bit of a nose going on, but it also had like that. The jawline was about right there. And it had really weird looking, I don't know if I can do it justice, but strange looking eyes like this. And they look at you too. Which was probably the most unnerving thing about this, is that the animals actually, you know, look at you. You know, I'll get to this later, but I locked eyes with a particularly menacing creature that day. That very same day. So yes, this was the spotted eagle ray. Here will come some spots. Oh wait, no. Yeah, I'll give him some spots. He was you probably think this looks like a sea cow. Fortunately, we didn't see any sea cows, but we weren't exactly swimming near them, so I'd be rather surprised if they were there. See, so this was the spotted eagle ray. Very clear depiction right here. And what else do we see? This is why I took notes. I took notes so I could get everything down. So also under the water, we saw a barracuda. And we saw two barracuda. One was on the first day, I believe. One was just floating in the air, in the water. I need more sleep. Floating in the water. And pen. And it was just sitting there in the water, as a barracuda does. But the second one, which I will demonstrate in a moment, yeah, and some teeth, and you know, fins. I forget what it looks like. That's probably not good. Not a good depiction. Looks more like a vampire fish. Anyway, this barracuda, which was in the water. I guess I can do this over here. I was particularly high in the water at that time, and everyone else was below the barracuda. I, however, being the daring, adventurous person that I am, who accidentally floated up too far, I got to see a bit of a different view. So while they all stared at the bottom of the barracuda bottom, if you will, I got to see a bit more, and I'll try to do this justice right here. Probably won't be able to though. So while they were all looking at the bottom of the barracuda, here, let me erase. Oh, why would you erase that color? What? Why is the eraser gray? What? Okay, whatever. We'll roll with it. We'll roll with it for today. So while everyone else was below the barracuda, I was very much above it. And these things have massive, noticeable teeth. Think like this. It's got fangs going on. Yeah. Look, he had fangs. And I lock eyes with this guy. And I just stare him down. And he looks right at me. Here, I will draw an eyeball. Oop. Oop. And then you do like this. Yep, just like that. So I'm looking at this first, and you've seen Finding Nemo, right? So you know. Yeah, that was exactly what was going through my head at the time. I was just like, I was just lucky I didn't get my like, we were underwater and I wasn't like provoking it or anything. I was not even that close to it. But I'm just like, am I gonna die today? Is this it? Death by barracuda? Is it gonna go for my throat? But no, he just stares at me with these massive dead eyes, which are a little more glossy that I can get across here. I'll give him some gloss. That doesn't really work. Ah, whatever. That's fine. Wait, hold on. What if I... That's more likely. Shiny eyes. Oh, shiny eyes. Kind of like that. Anyway. So yes, I stared down the ferocious predator of the deep. Not once, but twice. And there was another time where it was closer to the end of one of the dives, and another barracuda just happens to swim by, and it gets pretty close, like within maybe 10, 15 feet. And he just stares at me, because again, huge eyes. Like prescription lens. Like, this guy needs some serious glasses. Or I guess he would never need glasses. Too big eyes. Very good with the shades. Anyway. Oh my goodness. Oh, we also saw a nurse shark. Well, okay, never mind. I guess it's not that surprising, but I guess I shouldn't be like doing this as a reveal. It should be just. So yeah, we saw this thing. So my dive master was on, I think it was the second time we were out there. He was over here, and he points to something in a small cave in the ground. And he's like, "Hey, look over here." And I'm more so over here. I'm trying to swim over because, I want to see what's in the cave. Yeah. And as soon as I get around kind of the rock corner right here, right there, I just see this giant actual shark come out of the ground, like so. It was like that. It was a nurse shark. We actually saw 2 nurse sharks that day. I think it was the same nurse shark, but they didn't believe me. They thought it was 2 nurse sharks because it swam, because this one swam away, but then it came back. Well, I think came back. They think it was a different one. Anyway. So yeah, it was a nurse shark. Strangely enough, it didn't have any patients, but I guess they are harder to, find, the underwater hospital. Yeah, we saw a nurse shark. And this thing is pretty big. Like, it was probably about closer to, I don't get this wrong. Here, hold on. Live fact checking. How big do nurse sharks get? I was right. Well, maybe, yeah. This thing was about probably about 6 feet long. I'd say more about 8 or 9 feet long. That was just from where I was standing. So there's just massive shark just comes out of this tiny little rock crevice. No, right. There we go. So that was probably one of the highlights for me, was actually seeing a nurse shark in person. Although what I really wanted to see was the eels, and that was what we saw on our night dive. So on our night dive, we saw a lot of things come out later in the day, more so at night, obviously. So I have it written down here. We saw several things we didn't get to see during the day, mainly being octopus. Octopi? Octopodes. Fun fact, there are several different correct conjugations of the plural of octopus, which are octopi, and I'll type these out for clarity's sake. Octopi, and now I'm not even sure if I'm spelling that right. Octopi, wait, is it octo? Yeah, okay, octopus. octopuses, I believe, and octopodes. Right? I'm not even sure if I'm spelling that right, and I really don't want to fact check it, but I must. How do you, oh my gosh, I misspelled octopus. Gosh dang it. Hey, don't look. Don't look. This never happened. Okay? This never happened. Why is it gray? I don't know why it's gray. Anyway, that's gone. Never happened. Okay. But yes, there are several correct forms of the plural octopus, that being octopi, octopuses, I believe, and octopodes. And that is based on the different languages from which the words are conjugated, that being Latin, Greek, and I forget the third one. I just thought of this the other day. I thought of this while I was swimming. What was the last one? I don't know, I'm getting off topic anyway. So we saw some octopi, which I'll be using that from now on. Which, here, let me attempt to draw an octopus. He has a big head, and his 8 arms. And yes, they are arms, not tentacles. Because tentacles are specifically on squid, and they are the feeding ones that are longer on the bottom. Those are tentacles. So yes, there's our octopus friend. And we saw quite a bit of octopi. There was one time where we were swimming along, and you should see an octopus 1 second, and the next he would dart to some coral and be gone. Well, not gone, but he would camouflage insanely quickly. It was very cool to watch. Unfortunately, I can't draw that here. But we also saw, and this was the thing I wanted to see most, which was some eels. Eels. What color should the eels be? I guess maybe more gray and white, but still eels. Eels. That's not right. Eels. Like that. Eels. So we saw some eels, and there were some small eels and some big eels. But there was one point where everyone was gathered around to watch something. It may have been an octopus, I couldn't tell. Or maybe a lobster. We saw lobsters too, but those are less impressive than eels. So we saw some lobsters, but while everyone else was gathered around the lobster, I saw something white and black spotted, and it was pretty big around, and it was kind of flexed like this in a C shape, and it was in a cave. Here, I'll draw it down here. And it was in a cave like this. So while everyone else was looking around like over here, I noticed below somebody in a cave, there was something that looked a bit like this, and I could just see the body of it. And it looked like this. And then I saw it. I tried to swim over to see what it was in greater detail, but then it just disappeared inside the cave. Like so. And so I think it was a really big eel. And no one else saw it. And that is a point of pride for me. Because I could have saw a really big eel. Although I didn't get to see a face. But we also got to see a turtle. Or no, just the turtle. Yes, sorry. You got to see the turtle. Oh boy. Which was like this. And it was nighttime, so it was sleeping. And I'm not sure how turtles sleep underwater. I imagine they drown, but I mean, turtles do turtles. Turtles be turtling. And so it was like that. And I didn't get to see the face, but I imagine it looked something like this. There was a turtle. It was sleeping on the bottom. You know what? For a mouse, and compared to the other stuff I've drawn today, that is a pretty good turtle. I dare say. Aye. Oh man, I should get some more sleep. Oh, but then how could I provide this riveting color commentary of all of this? How could any sane person with good sleep habits, dictate all of this? Anyway, there were also some stingrays, which, if you don't know what stingrays look like, now you do. And some crabs. These were the big spider crabs too, so they look like this. And I'm not going to be accurate on the amount of legs. They looked a little bit like this. I just noticed how there's an airplane here, indicating that the crab is above the airplane. Yep. Flying crab. That's about right. So that, I think, is the... Oh, no, I almost forgot. So there was a point, right? Because we were in the place where this happens, where we all turned off our lights. It was pitch black. And you could... Hold on, I'll draw a black square for this. There we go. It was pitch black. You could barely see the light coming from the surface, but you could swirl your hands around and just you could barely see some dots of like bioluminescent plankton in the water. It wasn't some like bright light show like I was imagining, but I was told this would happen. It's like just faint little points of light in the ocean, which I thought was cool. I thought it was very cool. It like, yeah, for effect, I'll draw this. It like really wave your arms around wildly for this. Yeah. And wait. Oh, shoot. This is not, in fact, Spider-Man. This is just waving arms frantically. Da-da. Yep, that's about as good a portrayal as I could possibly imagine. But you'd wave your arms around a lot, and then you'd see some bioluminescent plankton. Because they'd be all like, hey, stop shaking up the water. I'm trying to sleep here. Yeah, that's what they say. Anyway. Let's see, what else? Oh, so there was a time when... Oh, okay, I should probably mention this first. So, right after about the second day of being on vacation, right? It's pretty nice, We spent some time at the beach, and I was wearing sandals. Now, I don't usually wear sandals, because they hurt my feet. I'm much more of a sneakers guy. But, it just so happens that I was wearing sandals like this. And it was nice enough, I wasn't walking too much, so it didn't hurt my feet. But somehow, and I have no idea how, I ended up with not a blister, but at the same time, it's just this weird red spot on my foot, right like below the ball of my foot, on both feet and on one toe, but that's less pertinent. And it was really strange because it just started hurting like sore one day, and then just would not stop, like kind of painful, like not be able to walk like correctly painfully. And it just persisted like the entire time we were there, and only on like the last 2 or 3 days did I finally able to walk well. So here, let me draw a foot to demonstrate this, because I might as well draw everything else here. A continuous streak. Gotta get a little tootsies in there. And so just right here, for no apparent reason, you know, just a red spot one day. Little red, little sore, nothing too painful. And then, as time progressed, the one on the left foot started healing, but no, the one on the right foot decided, no, I'll be a rebel today, or this week rather, and it got bigger. And not only did it get bigger, it turned purple. And at this point, I feel obligated to apologize to anyone eating breakfast, or lunch, or dinner, but that's neither here nor there. And it wasn't like gross or anything, it was just this weird bruised looking spot on my foot that like turned a worrying shade of purple, and it just really hurt to walk on. It wasn't a blister, I don't think so. And it wasn't like a bruise, it just stayed there. And eventually it healed over, and now it barely hurts at all, but yeah. So that kind of put a small damper on things, but I, as the tough and brave person I am, decided to walk anyway, and indeed did that to a fair bit of pain. But again, that's okay. Eventually I just laid in bed for a day, and it felt better. Surprisingly. I mean, who would have guessed? Bed rest. Oh, so, also on the trip, there was a point where we were on the beach, and I forget who it was, but someone in the family noticed a weird sound. I'm running out of space to draw here. Noticed a weird sound coming from the forest. And I don't know, I forget who said it, but I guess I can say this. We were on an island, right? And it was just like, I think it may have been my dad. It may have been my dad that said bears. It was a weird noise, and I think it may have been... No, it was me. Oh dear, I've become my father. Anyway. I think it was me, and I just said, oh yeah, the island bears. Which... I mean, there were no bears, but at the same time... Island bears. And I don't know why that stuck with me, Island bears. And it became a recurring thing, too. That's why it stuck with me. It became a recurring thing. It was just like... Whenever someone would hear something or say something, it'd just be a running joke would say, hey, the island bears. Must be the island bears. Here, I'm going to attempt to draw a bear here. It's a rather skinny bear. Yeah. So they're the island bears. And the bears will have skinny legs. And cute ears. And they shall be happy bears. You know, before they eat you. There you go. Happy bear. Happy island bear. And I shall label it as such. Island. Oh. Yep. Island bear. Oh, well. Island bear. Because whenever someone would hear something strange, or just occasionally would just throw it out there like, man, I hope it's not the island bears. Which was funny. I thought it was funny. And, oh, there was a time when here, I'll draw it down this little corner down here. Yep. I was eating a dessert, as one does on vacation. You know, having a nice time. And it was a good dessert, too. It was a crepe. and it had strawberry jam and cream cheese on it, which was pretty good. Wait, how do I? Yeah. And fill. So it had some strawberry jam and cream cheese on it, which is. I didn't know this at the time. I did not know this at the time as I was eating it. I was like, it's a very good crepe. I think strawberry and cream cheese goes well together. Yes, very nice. And then, as I started to finish it off, I look down as I'm walking along the street, and I see that I have spilled some jam on my shoe. How clumsy of me. Yes, yes. And I took the opportunity to make well, I got jam on my shoe, right? Toe jam. Period. Toe jam. Jam on the tip of my shoe. 'Twas toe jam. Which, to be honest, did leave a, it made it hard to, upon making this joke, it made it hard to finish the dessert. And must, of course, label that. Tie jam. Toe jam. I jammed my foot. Into what, you may ask? Into nothing, just jam. But yeah, besides some sightseeing and all that, I mean, that was pretty much the trip. Exciting, I know. Apart from all the wildlife, I mean, we got to see some local landmarks. We got to see toe jam. And I had fun. It was fun. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention on the way back, our flight attendant, who, well, she made her attempt at humor, but I thought it was hilarious, so I thought I'd mention it here. What kind of... This was a joke she told, and she actually offered it up to anyone on the plane to answer. What kind of room does not have any windows? Now, me being me, I went to a bathroom. You know, I mean, you know, she was making a joke, and I thought, oh, okay, tornado protection. Because, you know, in the event of a severe storm or tornado, you want to go to your bathroom because that is typically the one that has no windows, or at least in my case. But I suppose by rule of thumb, just any room that doesn't have windows. But I was always told that it was the bathroom, so there's that. But no, our flight attendant, and perhaps one of the most nonsensical jokes ever told that I thought was actually funny, said that what kind of room does not have any windows? A mushroom. Oh, it's a real knee slapper. I'm going to slap my knee now. I hope you can hear this. Can you hear that? Yes. For the sake of that joke, I have physically slapped my knee. So yes, that was the joke. That was the trip, full of. No, get away! What are you doing? Get! Oh, no! Delete! Get. Wait, better idea. Yep, there you go. No one can see my shame. But that was the trip. And the entire time, this probably says too much about me, but the entire time, I'm just thinking, man, I really wish I could be home streaming right now. It was. I'm just sitting there in this nice, comfy hotel room, which, by the way, had a very nice view. We managed to get a room near the ocean, point towards the ocean, and beautiful view. Boats going by. You know, it was really nice, a really nice hotel room. And I'm sitting there in this comfy bed, not a care in the world, thinking, man, I should be streaming right now. I should be working on something right now. Oh, and I so wanted, you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to practice drawing. Not like this, certainly not like this. But I wanted to practice drawing clouds as well. And I didn't get to do that. I mean, I suppose I could have, but I didn't sit down and do it. So I'm kind of disappointed about that. I mean, that's my own fault, but well, either way, it was a nice vacation. And I'm gonna sound like a broken record about that, but it was a nice vacation. I had fun. I enjoyed myself. But now I'm very much back and very much ready to continue with you all. So anyway, I hope your day is going very well. I think this is the end for me here. It's the end for me. It's the end. I'm gone. Anyway. Honestly, sometimes I just... in an attempt to be humorous, I sometimes just find something I say to be slightly funny or random and try to run with it as a joke. And it doesn't always work, but I do my best. I'm a professional here, a professional arbiter here at the Wanderer's Expanse, and that is why this is such a happy octopus and turtle and crab and stingray and eel. And very, very fun-looking animals. Let's see. I'd say my favorite moments from the trip were, at least with the dives, were swimming through the underwater caves. And they're not so much caves, but there's tunnels, right, in the formation of the coral, which you actually get to swim through, and it was really, really cool because, I mean, as long as you maintain your buoyancy, this one guy in front of me, he couldn't maintain his buoyancy, and he kind of floated up too far. He kind of freaked out, and he was panicking a little bit. He was trying to, stay low to make it to the cave. He was just waving his arms and flailing about, and I thought that was kind of funny. I mean, he was fine, so it's okay to laugh, but I was just like, I was chuckling underwater. But yeah, swimming through the caves, that was like a real scuba diving experience. That's something like for all the cool things to see, that was an experience you can only have by actually diving. And so, I mean, I don't know if there's any trips I can go on anytime soon, but I'll definitely, it's a lifelong skill of scuba diving, so I think I'll definitely go again. Maybe not to this place, but I can go anywhere. I always wanted to do, I've always wanted to dive an old shipwreck. That'd be fun. I also wanted to skydive, but that's a separate topic. Yeah. Because just seeing how, how things have changed over time, right? And seeing the different, the deck where people walked, how the ship is corroded in the salt water. Knowing that people actually walk there and just once on the surface, I think that's super, super cool. And just getting to float about that and explore like a real explorer, that's also, I don't know, I think that's something I'd like to do in the future. But on topic of exploring, we actually did get to wander a bit and explore some of the town we were in on vacation, as well as the surrounding area and some local landmarks. Which I mentioned that, but it was really cool because we got to wander through some forests, and I think that was cool. I like being outside. Not when it's too hot, but I like being outside and actually getting out and exploring. It's fun. But I think, let's see. Go through my notes one more time here. Just make sure I don't have anything else. Oh yeah, for the mushroom joke, I actually have that written down as dumb joke. And yeah, I think that was it. And yeah, hope you enjoy my mural here. You can screenshot it if you like. But yes, that was my vacation. I hope if you're on vacation right now, or you're planning to take a vacation soon, I hope you have fun. I mean, whether or not you decide to go scuba diving, I hope you have a very nice time. Vacation is important to relax and, you know, de-stress mentally. Or if you're like me, just, you know, stay up late worrying about all the things that you could be doing. I don't vacation well, but I had fun. Also, don't be like me and accidentally stay up until 5:30 in the morning when you have to be streaming the next morning. That is also something you perhaps want to avoid. I don't know you, but perhaps you'd like to avoid that. But hey, you do you. Well, thank you all so much for coming, and I will see you tomorrow. I think, assuming I can stay awake today and get some actual sleep during the night, I think I will get up and stream some totally accurate Battle Simulator tomorrow. Because I've been thinking about that, and I've seen, yeah, I want to play that on stream. I think that'd be fun. I just never realized that it looks like I stepped on the plane. Looks like it's a foot stepping on the plane. Yes, I grew to 300 feet and gave me quite the boo-boo on my foot. I guess I should mention at this point that I am actually 300 feet tall and stepped on an airplane, thereby giving me a blister on my foot. Actually, here, I'll do something fun. I'll draw a diagram of all this, just to make it, you know, simple for someone to follow later on. So first we go to plane, then hot chocolate, right? And then from hot chocolate all the way down to grouper. Now, if I mess this up, I'm deeply sorry, because even I have lost track at a certain point. And from there to here, right? It was barracuda to nurse shark, and then eels, I believe. No, I missed that one. Oh, okay. Well, it was from there to here, and then from or no, wait, it was from octopus to eel, and then it was next turtle, I think, and then air. That's the crab and stingray. I think bioluminescence was next, and then was island bears or sorefoot next? Can I say sorefoot? I don't know. I think I've given up at this point. Then to the island bears and to toe jam. Yes, clear as day. Yes, my vacation visualized. I call this piece my vacation visualized. Visual vacation. Yeah. Okay, thank you for coming. I'm gonna I may go take a nap right now, although I may also stay up to, well, so if I take another nap, right? If I take another nap, I'm going to be less tired, and I won't be able to sleep at a decent time to get up early tomorrow. So I don't think I should sleep. At the same time, I'm going to spend the next few hours struggling to stay awake in a cruel twist of fate compared to my experience last night. Oh, but yeah, I got a new pillow as well. And unlike my last pillow, it's very hard. And the night before, it wasn't so bad to sleep on, because that's when I first used it. It was nice, you know, it's one of those harder pillows, and it felt like it corrected my spine isn't that off, but I feel like it was, you know, my back was straighter when I was sleeping. But then tonight, I just, when I really wanted to be comfortable sleeping, I, for the life of me, could not use that pillow. I actually just threw it aside, and I was just like, okay, I'm going to flop my head on my arm and just go to sleep. Okay, so I know I said I'd end here, but I'm gonna keep rambling because heck it, I can. I took my nap, right? So in the middle of the day, maybe around 4 o'clock, I, laid down on the floor, as one does, with my pillow. And that's kind of a nice spot. There's a nice spot next to my bed with a carpet, and I can just lay there. And I will say this, it may sound uncomfortable, but with a carpet, with the right carpet, it does feel pretty good on your back, for whatever reason, to lay on the ground. Anyway, so I'm laying on the ground, and as happens every so often, I feel comfortable enough, you know what, I'm going to take a nap. And I sleep for about 2 hours. I had an easier time falling asleep on the ground than I did falling asleep as of last night. And I don't have any, melatonin. Is that what it is? Melatonin? I don't have any melatonin to sleep. To put me to sleep. And I don't like using it either. I've never used it, but I don't like taking something to fall asleep. Ever since I was little, I don't enjoy taking things that make you drowsy. Even when I want to sleep, even last night, I would have been hard-pressed to actually use something that makes you drowsy. Anyway, yes, I think in a cruel irony, me falling asleep on the ground and having a nice peaceful nap ended up screwing over my actual sleep tonight. I think I'm still running on what is probably about an hour of sleep, so I'll see you all, assuming I don't crash into bed pretty soon. But yes, some fun with totally accurate battle simulator tomorrow, probably. So I'll see you all then. I hope your day goes well, and I hope my rant / vacation explanation has not bored you too much. So thank you all so much for watching. I deeply appreciate it, and I'll see you all again very soon. I hope your day goes well, if I haven't already said that too much. And yeah, make your vacation your own. And have fun. If you can't go on vacation, find a way to have fun at home. I know you can. This has been your words of encouragement for today. Okay. See you later. See you later. Wait, good. Oh, okay. Bye.